This is Hannibal from HannibalTV.com with a daily combat sports news update for you. Variety put out a report on WWE's continue to trend down. There's little chance that the big contract renewals that happened with WWE wrestlers last year are going to be renewed for the same amount. They brought up the WWE Backstage show was canceled due to low ratings on Fox. They also feel that Vince McMahon is at fault for not creating, quote, compelling stories, and investors are eventually going to start to realize that without the audience invested in WWE's content, there's not going to be any future revenue bonanzas, as they put it, for WWE. I don't think it's just the bad storylines. It's when you have your wrestlers go out in every single interview they do to the public and say we're all friends backstage and talk about stories rather than building matches and building fight hype like they do in MMA. Seriously, why the hell would anyone want to watch? Victor Murphy tipped me $5 for my protein shake fund. Thank you. I will use that for my shake tonight, packing on the mass again. But yeah, you can blame the bad storylines. That's part of it. But people don't want to watch when you constantly tell us your tricks. Just like we don't want to watch David Copperfield if every interview he does building up one of his magic shows, he tells us the tricks before they're even going to happen. I don't want to see it. The product's also crap, but that doesn't help in my opinion. There was a video that someone brought to my attention yesterday of Excalibur from AEW, and according to 71% of people, they also believe Kevin Owens was the second voice using the N-word. In the video, some people said they're just being wrestling heels. You shouldn't be offended. I've never used that word as a wrestling heel. That's cheap heat. You're wrestling in front of like 200 fans. It's like you could say no. It's not like you're working for WWE and they're asking you to say the N-word. And if you say no, you're going to be fired. You're out there in front of 200 fans. I thought it was tasteless. It's funny that they suspended Sammy Guevara for saying he wanted to rape Sasha Banks, but they seem to be okay with Excalibur using the N-word in his past. I did speak to Jacques Rougeau on the phone today. He's working on starting a podcast. He said he was also a little bit offended at the WWE's attempt to parody the Quebecers last week. They did a stupid parody of the Quebecers. And Harry Smith did an interview with Wrestling Inc. and said his MLW contract expires at the end of the year. And he also alluded that he's not sure if MLW will survive the pandemic. So take that for what it's worth. I hope that they can survive it. Tito Ortiz is apparently running for the seat in the Huntington Beach City Council, according to TMZ. By the way, I'm getting a new modem in a couple days. It's on its way. We've had bad weather lately, but I'm sorry for the streaming issues.